Perhaps it is in the quietest hours of the morning that you feel it most. You wake up, and before the world rushes in, the memory is already there, waiting. It is a face you haven't seen in decades, or a voice that said something that cut deep into the fabric of your soul. You might be 70 or 80 or more. You have built a life, raised a family, survived so many storms. Yet, this one thing, this old, unhealed wound, remains like a stone in your shoe. You have walked miles with it. You have learned to limp because of it. You have often wondered, why can't I just let this go? If you feel that familiar ache, and if you know that the time for peace is now, then this conversation is meant for you. Welcome to Buddha's Path to Peace. My name is your host, and today we are not looking for a quick fix. We are going to look at the anatomy of your burden, and perhaps discover why it is finally time to lay it down. There is a pressure, isn't there? Society often tells us at this stage of life that we should have it all figured out. They say, just forgive and forget. Or, it happened so long ago, why does it still matter? Those words might be well intended, but they miss the point entirely. They ignore the very real, very human experience you are holding. I want you to know something important right now. Your resentment is not a failure of character. It is not proof that you are stuck or bitter. It is, in fact, a testament to how deeply you once loved, or how much you valued justice. You didn't hold on to this pain because you wanted to suffer. You held on to it because part of you, a younger, perhaps more wounded part of you, felt that if you let it go, the pain would disappear and the truth of what happened would be lost. But grief, when it isn't transformed, becomes resentment. And you, my friend, have carried this long enough. You are allowed to be tired of carrying it. In the teachings of the Buddha, there is a profound metaphor for exactly what you are experiencing. Imagine that you are standing in a field and you are holding a piece of burning coal in your palm. You are so angry, so hurt by someone, that you are determined to throw that coal at them. You are waiting for the perfect moment to strike. You are focusing all your energy, all your attention on that person. But while you are waiting, while you are holding that coal, what is happening to you? Your hand is blistering. Your skin is burning. The heat is searing into your bones. The tragedy isn't just that you are holding the coal. The tragedy is that you have forgotten that you are the one being burned. There are 3 layers of truth here to consider. First, the resentment you hold is not a punishment for them. It is a punishment for yourself. Second, holding on to the past is a way of reliving the event every single day. You are inviting the ghost of that memory to dinner every night. Third, forgiveness is not a weakness. It is the act of dropping the coal. When you drop the coal, you are not saying what happened was okay. You are simply saying, I am no longer willing to be the one who burns. You deserve to have a hand that is healed. There is a story about the Buddha that I find particularly healing for those of us who have lived many decades. A man, filled with intense rage, came to where the Buddha was teaching. He was so consumed by his anger, by a sense of deep injustice, that he walked right up to the Buddha and spat in his face. The room went silent. The air became thick with tension. The Buddha's disciples were horrified. They were ready to fight. ready to defend their teacher, ready to call for justice. But the Buddha did not shout. He did not strike back. He reached into his robes, pulled out a cloth, and calmly wiped his face. He looked at the man, who was trembling with fury, and asked simply, "Is there anything else you need to say?" The man was stunned. He expected a reaction. He expected a battle. The Buddha continued, "The person who spat is not the person standing here now, and the person who received it is not the same person as a moment ago. Everything changes. So, to whom does this anger belong?" The man began to weep. Think of this, not as a story about a saint, but as a map for your own life. The person who harmed you is not the same person they were back then. You are certainly not the same person. The you of 30 years ago is a different human being than the you of today. Why are you still punishing the person you are today for something that happened to a stranger in the past? Now, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to sit with it, not rush to answer. Are you currently letting a ghost drive your car? Are you letting the memory of someone who may not even think about you anymore, or someone who may have passed on, dictate the quality of your morning coffee, or the way you speak to your children, or the way you treat yourself in the mirror? We often think that by holding on to this grudge, we are winning in some way, that we are keeping a record of the truth. But life at 55, 65, 75, and beyond is precious. Every moment you spend in the state of resentment is a moment stolen from your own peace. You are not forgiving them for their sake. You are reclaiming the territory of your own mind. You are taking back the steering wheel. Ask yourself, how much more of my life am I willing to give to this memory? I know what the voice in your head might be saying right now. It might be saying, but if I let it go, it's like it never mattered. It's like I'm saying what they did was right. I want to offer you a different perspective. Release is not approval. Grief and resentment are two sides of the same coin. Your resentment is really a protective shell for a very tender, very hurt heart. It is saying, I did not deserve that. And you are right, you did not. But you also deserve to be free from the echo of that event. You are allowed to acknowledge the pain. You are allowed to say, that was unfair. And then you are allowed to say, but I refuse to let that unfairness dictate my happiness today. This is the deep work. It isn't about forgetting the past. It is about making the past smaller so that the present can be larger. Let us do a short practice together. You do not need to prepare anything. Just sit comfortably. Close your eyes if you feel safe doing so. If not, just soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, imagine you are letting your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let your hands unclench. Bring to mind the situation or the person that has been the coal in your hand. Do not try to force a feeling of love. Just bring them into your awareness. And now, say this to yourself internally. May I be peaceful. May I be free from the heavy weight of the past. May I be at ease in my own body right now. Now, expand that thought. Look at the memory of that person or that event and say, may you find your own peace so that I may be free of you. I set you down. I set this memory down. I am free to breathe. Stay here for a moment, just breathing. There is nothing else to do. No more work to be done today. Just a short while ago, you felt the weight of years. Now, notice the space that has opened up within you. It is not empty space, it is space for calm, for the present moment, for your own life to unfold. You are not the same person you were when you clicked on this video. You have taken a step toward your own freedom. And that is a beautiful, courageous thing to do. If this space felt safe for you, if these words resonated with the truth you've been carrying, I invite you to join our community here at Buddha's Path to Peace. Please hit the subscribe button, not because you need more content, but because you deserve a reminder of your own inner strength. In our next video, we will explore finding stillness in the solitude of aging, a guide to turning loneliness into beautiful, rich solitude. If you are looking for more ways to ground yourself, do take a look at our Living in Peace playlist. Until next time, take good care of your heart.